This CCTV footage hides a disturbing secret. This is the last time 21-year-old Samantha Josephson was seen alive. At first glance, everything looks normal. She's simply waiting for her Uber. At 2:11 a.m., Samantha thinks that her driver has arrived, but things took a disturbing turn for the worst. The car drives away. 1 minute later, another vehicle pulls up, and Samantha gets into the back seat. The car drives off. It's hard to believe, but the black car isn't her Uber, and the driver has no intention of taking her home. Samantha Josephson got into the wrong vehicle and vanished without a trace. Now, the police have one priority: to track down the black car and its driver, desperately hoping the 21-year-old is still alive.
Hey, get out here! Go and run! Hey, I'm gonna release the dog! I'll see those.
Samantha Josephson was a smart and ambitious young woman. Her outstanding exam results earned her a full scholarship to the University of South Carolina's law school. Her parents were incredibly proud of her achievements and admired her determination. Samantha was bold and funny, genuine and kind, a combination that made her stand out.
She was funny, and she liked making other people laugh. But at the same time, she was very sincere, very kind. If somebody was mean to someone else, she would call them on it. And I think that was the budding lawyer in her.
She puts her mind to something, she could do it. I was very happy for her, very proud of her. She worked hard and she got the fruit of her labor.
Dedicating most of her time to studying and preparing for exams, Samantha rarely had a chance to catch up with friends. But on Thursday, March 28, 2019, the 21-year-old decided to take a well-deserved break. She and her classmates planned a night out to celebrate their final year at college, choosing the Bird Dog Bar, a popular hangout spot among students. Meanwhile, 120 miles away from Columbia, in the city of Charleston, Samantha's boyfriend, Greg Corbishley, was at home. The two had been dating for 2 years and shared a deep, genuine love for each other. They kept in touch constantly, texting throughout the day to share updates and dream about their future together.
I would say that we kept in touch more than the regular couple. Texting, hey, like, what are you doing? Like, even small things like, oh, what'd you have for lunch? We were always in contact.
Around 2 a.m., Samantha decided it was time to head home. She planned to call an Uber to take her back to the hub. Although bars in South Carolina don't close until 3 a.m., she had work in the morning and wanted to leave early. So, she left the bar ahead of her friends, on her own. Since the couple was in a long-distance relationship, Greg often used a safety app on his phone to keep track of Samantha's location. That night, he opened the app to ensure she had safely gotten into her Uber and was heading back to the hub. However, when Greg checked the screen, he noticed the car was going in an entirely unexpected direction. The situation immediately felt suspicious and concerning. Greg tried calling Samantha, but she didn't pick up. Growing more anxious, he reached out to her roommates, sharing a screenshot of the last known location from Samantha's phone. Around 5:30 a.m., her friends went out to look for her, but after searching the area, they found no trace of Samantha and eventually returned home.
I continue to try to call Samantha. She hasn't answered. 20 calls, 20 FaceTimes. There's not really much else I could do at that point other than call it a night. I'm probably freaking out for no reason. You'll talk to her tomorrow, and there'll probably be a very funny explanation for all of it.
Greg woke up around 11:45 a.m. to find 3 missed calls from Samantha's roommate, Carly. When he called her back, he learned that Sammy had never made it home the previous night. The sense of urgency grew with each passing moment. It was clear that something was seriously wrong. Concerned for her safety, Greg quickly headed to Columbia. On his way, he called Samantha's parents to let them know she was missing.
I just kind of froze. Right away, I called Seymour.
I said, get home. We're going down there. I cannot tell you why I felt that urgency. It was a gut feeling that I need to get down to my baby.
Desperate to find Samantha, her friends called every local hospital and even checked her computer, hoping to find some useful information. They found a record of her Uber request, but discovered that the ride had never taken place because Samantha never showed up for that ride. Anxiety quickly turned into panic. No one knew what had happened to her or where she was. In desperation, one of her friends reached out to the police and reported her missing. Greg arrived in the city on Friday afternoon. After meeting with the police, he, along with Samantha's friends, actively assisted the detectives in searching for his girlfriend. The first thing Greg did was head to the area where his phone had last tracked Samantha's location. He walked around, knocked on doors, and asked if anyone had seen anything unusual, but came up empty-handed. Eventually, it was Samantha's friends, not the detectives, who decided to review the surveillance footage themselves, and fortunately, they found something. The manager of the Bird Dog Bar shared the security footage with them. In the video, we clearly see Samantha standing by the entrance of the bar before entering. Once inside, the footage shows her with her group of friends. Everything seems normal, just a group of young people having a good time, with no signs of anything out of the ordinary. Around 2 a.m., Samantha is seen talking on the phone as she leaves the bar, likely arranging her ride. The street camera footage shows her leaving the bar, stopping near a tree with her phone in hand, waiting for her Uber. Soon, a car pulls up and Samantha steps into the road, approaching the vehicle and preparing to open the door and get in. However, the driver drives off, clearly not there for her. She returns to her spot and waits for her ride to arrive. Eventually, a dark 4-door sedan arrives, and we see Samantha walk up to the car and immediately get in. Greg and Samantha's friends knew that the Uber ride had been canceled because the driver was unable to find her to pick her up. But the footage clearly showed her getting into a car and something didn't add up here. This could only mean that the car wasn't her actual Uber. A heavy silence filled the room as everyone processed the unsettling reality.
I remember just having a gut-wrenching feeling. My stomach collapsed and the room is very quiet. The reality of a kidnapping, it starts to really sink in at that point. Your mind starts to come up with crazy scenarios.
Greg handed the footage over to the police, and they immediately launched a search for the unidentified vehicle.
We have a company called Statewide Security. They have a bunch of cameras down in our 5 Points area. And we sent a request to them saying, hey, we need this video from this time to this time. We were able to get a Statewide Security video of the parking lot adjacent to the Bird Dog.
The footage clearly shows Samantha getting into the car, and if you look closely, you can spot the silhouette of the driver. Only one figure is visible inside, meaning there were no other passengers. The car is seen slowly cruising through the 5 Points area, and the last known location of the vehicle was about 1.5 miles from where it started. After it left that area, the police lost track of it, as there were no cameras further along the route. Fortunately, they were able to identify the car model, a new Chevy Impala, and immediately issued a lookout alert. The police also examined footage from before the incident, hoping to catch a glimpse of the mysterious Impala's license plate. The video shows the Chevy Impala cruising around the area about 15 minutes before it picked up Samantha. The car slows down now and then, but only for short moments, no longer than a minute. In the footage, we can see the car turning into the parking lot near the Bird Dog Bar, making a U-turn and heading toward the exit. There, it stops, almost as if the driver is waiting for its target. From this position, the driver has a clear view of Sammy, standing alone. After waiting briefly, the car pulls up next to her and parks in an empty spot.
It felt like more of the analogy of a shark kind of circling until it found the prey that it wanted to concentrate on, and then it attacked that prey.
Samantha actually got into somebody's vehicle that she had no clue who he was or what he was about to do to her.
The investigators needed to follow every possible lead to see where it would lead. They reached out to Samantha's parents and asked them to check her bank statements, hoping someone had used her card after she disappeared. Sure enough, they found that in the early hours after her disappearance, someone tried to withdraw cash from her account at an ATM 43 miles from Columbia. At last, they had a solid lead, and the investigators quickly sought permission to access the surveillance footage from that ATM. In the footage, what looks to be a male dressed in all dark clothing, wearing gloves and trying to conceal his identity.
The first thought is, this is the guy. This is what happened to her. This is the person who either did something to Samantha or at the very minimum knows what happened to Samantha.
The unknown individual attempted to withdraw cash multiple times using the missing woman's card, and about an hour later, he tried again at a different ATM. In the second video, he is seen trying to withdraw money once more, with his face fully covered by tightly pulled hoodie strings, sunglasses, and a bandana. He went to great lengths to keep his identity hidden. Later, around 2 p.m., a call came in from New Zion, a small town east of Columbia, to one of the police stations. 2 turkey hunters were walking around the area looking to see if they could find any turkeys. As they were making their way back to the car, one of them spotted something odd and suspicious between the trees. When he got closer, he was shocked to find a lifeless body. The girl fit the description of the missing Samantha Josephson. By the time she was found, her body was in a horrifying condition, almost unrecognizable due to numerous injuries. The investigation later confirmed that she had been stabbed nearly 100 times. On the night of March 30th, around midnight, Samantha's parents arrived at the station and were led into a meeting room. Inside, they saw a long table, and standing next to it was someone with a coroner label on their badge. The moment they spotted this, everything became painfully clear to them. Samantha's mother broke down in tears, while her father, overwhelmed with anger, smashed a chair. At that moment, Greg entered the room. When he saw the expression on Samantha's parents' faces, he immediately understood what had happened.
I see Seymour, Marcy standing there, and I see in their eyes, and I'll never forget, Seymour looks at me and said, they found her body at 3 p.m. that day in the woods, and that she's dead. And I felt my legs go completely numb, and I collapsed. I didn't want to believe it.
The discovery of Samantha's body shifted the investigation's focus, escalating the case to a whole new level. Nearly everyone at the station on duty that day began searching for the Black Impala. Officers spent hours combing the Rosewood community, where Samantha's phone had last been tracked, but it was all in vain. Frustrated, the detectives decided to head back to the 5 Points area, where everything had started. As they were leaving the Rosewood community, they unexpectedly spotted a black Chevy Impala that matched the description exactly. The officer informed dispatch that he was about to pull the car over.
What's going on, sir? You got your license? You got your license on you? I'm also Columbia Police Department K9. You don't know license on you?
The driver's behavior clearly showed he was nervous, as it was obvious that a simple document check wouldn't resolve the situation.
Who's smoking the marijuana?
I had smoked some earlier, sir, when I was at home.
Alright, man, you got to step on out, man. I pulled your car over because it matches the suspect. Get your hand in your pocket. What are you, crazy? Get over here. Hey, get over here. Go and run. Hey, I'm gonna release the dog. Bravo Mike's wearing a gray sweatpants, gray sweatshirt. I got him. Get over here. Stop it.
One of the officers quickly went to search the car, hoping to find a bag of marijuana, which was illegal in South Carolina. By the driver's seat, the officer discovered a set of keys, a pink phone, and a USB flash drive, the kind commonly used by students. The keys had a label that read "Room." It was obvious that these items belonged to a woman. As the officer continued his search, he opened the back door, and when he shined his flashlight inside, he was struck with horror.
I saw large quantities of blood everywhere, on the seats, the insides of the doors, on the headrest. the back seats of the driver's seat. I mean, there was blood everywhere.
The forensic team took over the evidence found in the car, while 24-year-old suspect Nathaniel Rowland was brought to the police station.
Nathaniel. Oh, it's me. Huh? You been asleep? When's the last time you went to sleep? If you're too sleepy to talk to me and too tired to talk to me, I want you to tell me.
Someone jail, you don't talking.
You don't feel like talking?
Someone jail,
Well, I think I'm gonna be honest with you. I think there's information that you could provide to us that would be very helpful. I think you need to. You don't have anything to say?
The investigators attempted to question him, but he refused to say anything and remained silent.
I challenge you, Nathaniel. I challenge you to think hard about the last couple of days. I challenge you to tell the truth. I challenge you to show some remorse. I challenge you to do that. It'll be your benefit. Out of respect.
Why are you saying that?
It's not unusual for suspects to remain tight-lipped and uncooperative during investigations. Meanwhile, students and faculty at the University of South Carolina gathered to pay tribute to Samantha. A large crowd had gathered, and each of her friends gave emotional speeches, each one describing Sam as their best friend. This spoke volumes about the kind of amazing person she was. While Nathaniel Rowland continued to deny any involvement in Samantha's case, the detectives contacted his girlfriend, Maria Howard. She agreed without hesitation to come to the station and share everything she knew and had witnessed.
This room is set up as a camera. As a camera is set up for audio and video recording, okay? Like we just want to get some information from, okay? So do you have any idea where we're at now in a day? What date we're talking about now?
The 28th was that Thursday, I think. They picked me up from work that day, so we talked for a little bit in the bed until I fell asleep.
But he slept there and stayed there that night? All right. Next morning you gotta go back to work or you off that day?
I gotta go back to work.
What's that?
I had to be working 7 o'clock.
So he took you to work then? Okay.
He was late.
What do you mean he's late? Oh, he was there.
He must have got up and left. He came back and took me to work.
Okay, what time do you think you fell asleep?
Around 1:30.
The suspect's girlfriend told investigators that he was at home when she went to bed, but by the time she woke up, he was gone.
And so you get up, and he shows back up around what time?
It was around like 7:45, 8 o'clock.
Okay.
This meant that on the night Samantha was last seen, Rowland could have easily left for up to 7 hours, more than enough time to commit the crime and return home.
Okay, then you looked into that. What all did you see?
It didn't look like, it just looked like something was clean. And I was like, what's cleaning? Like,
And you asked him questions like this, and he said what?
I had to clean the car. I was like, no, it was like, car smells like clothes. I feel like if I light a cigarette, I'm gonna blow up.
I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm gonna speak completely 100% honest. Just say it has to be honest. How much blood did you see?
A lot.
Did you call 911 how many times?
Never.
Why? Why did you call?
Because I was scared.
After talking to Maria Howard, the investigators had enough evidence to get a search warrant for her home. In the trash bags in the backyard, police found clothes belonging to Nathaniel, along with cleaning items he had used, and paper towels stained with blood. Likely the same ones he used to clean the blood from the backseat of his car. Officers also uncovered what they believed to be the murder weapon, which is a multi-purpose tool.
And the link between all of these items when they were found in the trash and in the vehicle is that they were all covered in blood, specifically in Samantha Josephson's blood.
The police later learned that Roland had gone to mobile phone sales and repair shops the day after Sammy went missing. It seemed he had tried to sell an iPhone that belonged to Samantha Josephson, but something went wrong. Eventually, the rose gold iPhone was found in Roland's car. The investigators then compared the store footage with the surveillance of the unknown man trying to withdraw money using Samantha's bank card. The clothes Roland wore in the store while attempting to sell the iPhone matched exactly with the man at the ATM, particularly the hoodie with distinctive white drawstrings. This same hoodie was later found in a trash bag. At this point, there was no doubt. Nathaniel Roland was the one who had committed this brutal crime. With this solid evidence, the investigators were now ready to officially charge him.
You're officially charged with kidnapping and murder, Nate. I told you this was coming earlier. I did not kidnap or murder anyone. Okay. You got to talk to me or not? Yes or no? No. Okay.
Roland couldn't explain how blood ended up in his car and never gave a reasonable justification for his actions. Based on the numerous pieces of evidence, the investigators were able to reconstruct the events of that night. Roland had gone out looking for an easy target, someone vulnerable whom he could trap and take advantage of. He drove around the city for a while until he spotted a young woman alone. There was no effort required on his part. Sam unknowingly got into his car, thinking it was her Uber. Once the car started heading in the opposite direction, the attacker locked the doors. Everything seemed to be going according to plan. What he didn't expect, however, was the strength of Samantha Josephson. She wasn't one to give up easily. She fought back fiercely, desperately trying to escape. During the forensic investigation of the car, investigators discovered shoe impressions even on the back window. As for why Roland chose to end her life in such a brutal and merciless way, unfortunately, only he knows the reason. Once Sammy stopped breathing, Roland drove her 70 miles to New Zion. On his way back, he tried to use Samantha's credit card, but was unable to do so. There was more than enough evidence against Nathaniel Roland, making it easy for the prosecution to take the case to trial. The jury found him guilty on all counts, and he was sentenced to life in prison. Now, this man is separated from society and can no longer harm anyone. It is the justice that Samantha's parents and boyfriend fought so hard for.
When they came out with the verdict, honestly, I just wanted to stand up and scream. And I know the three of us did break down.
He's taken my daughter. He's taken my dreams of being a grandmother to Sammy's kids. Just all my dreams for her. He's taken a lot. He's taken my trust in the world.